Lynette and welcome to my channel. Today I am doing another episode of quick and dirty reviews. Full disclaimer, this is my second time filming this video. I filmed it, went all the way through, and then realized that my microphone was turned off. So if I'm looking a little oily and shiny and a little busted, it's because I've been sitting here under these hot lights in this hot ass room filming a video with no sound. So let's try this again. Quick and dirty reviews. What are they? They're reviews that are just, I've got a number of items here that I want to go over and quickly just tell you my experience with them and if I would recommend them or not. I'm not going to be showing you demos. We're not going to be going through the whole claims list and all of that jazz. I'm just going to tell you, boom, I've been using it and what I thought of it and if I would recommend it. Okay, let's get started. Microphone on, microphone check, 1 2 1 2. All right, for those of you that follow me here, you're going to be surprised that I purchased this item. I purchased it, you know, off camera, behind the scenes, and I've been using it every day since I bought it. And I did a whole video where I talked about products that I save money on, and one of them was bronzer. I'm like, I save a lot of money on bronzer because I don't buy it, because I don't use bronzer, because I don't bronze well. That was until Fenty Beauty dropped some new bronzers. And this one is the Stalk'r Instant Warmth Bronzer. It is in the shade Coco Naughty. And this packaging, I think the packaging was one of the reasons why I said, let me go ahead and try it out. And then the shades, really, I was intrigued by the shades. And it's interesting because she dropped 8 shades, which is unheard of in terms of bronzers. And then to hear people talking about, ooh, she should have done more shades. She should have had a shade between this one and that one. And I'm like, really? It just goes to show you how fast people get spoiled and how badly Fenty Beauty has spoiled some people, because up until this product launched, we were getting 2, maybe 3 shades in bronzers, light, medium, and deep dark. So the fact that she came out with 8 and people are like, oh, she should have done more. I'm like, okay, like people have really forgotten from whence they came. But here we are with Coco Naughty, and I really like this. I've been using it every day since I purchased it, which has been, I want to say, at least 3 to 4 weeks. I want to say it's been at least a month. And at first I wasn't sure if it was going to be deep enough for me. I'm going to swatch it. It's really not going to make a difference now. You're really not going to see it because I'm like 2 shades darker than I am normally. But here it is right here, if you can even see it. And when I initially swatched it in store, I'm like, I don't know if this is going to show up on me. But then when I blended it out on my back of my hand, it got darker, and so I'm like, all right, it might actually work. But even as I was using it, I still wasn't sure if it was showing up on me enough. And then I wasn't sure if I liked it because, you know, as you know, I contour. I'm all about the contour. I like the cool color of a contour, and so that's in direct contrast with the warmth of a bronzer. But so I kept using it, and then I was editing a video that I did. I was wearing it. I've been wearing it in all my videos. And I was editing the video, and I'm like, I look like a bronzed goddess. And so it was this. I'm like, well, I guess it actually is showing up on me, and it looks very nice, if I do say so myself. I really, really like it. I think it's a nice color. I think it definitely instantly warms you. I'm wearing it today, although, you know, you probably can't tell, although I see a little bit of warmness around the perimeter of my face. But, you know, again, I've since gotten my little tan on, so it's not showing up as much. I probably should stop using it because it's really not going to show up as much, but I like it so much. I think it's so pretty, and it just gives you a nice little bronzy, touched by the sun kissed by the sun look. And so yeah, who knew that Fenty Beauty, if it was going to be anyone, it would probably be Fenty Beauty to get me on the bronzing train. But I've been on it and I've been enjoying it, so I would recommend it. And with 8 shades, I think there's probably a good chance you're going to find one that works for you too. Next up is an item from the drugstore. It is from Milani, and it is their Conceal and Perfect Shine Proof Powder. And this is what it looks like. A little fancy packaging, pretty bulky though, but fancy. And this is in the shade number 9, Deep. And this is what Milani considers deep. Milani, you must do better, because this is some bullshit, okay? This is the deepest shade you sell, really? But, you know, as you can see, I've been enjoying it. Regardless of that, the shade range is pretty shitty. I've been enjoying it because I have hit pan. I want to say I've been using this for about a month too, and I really like it. Now, I did do a review, a quick and dirty review of their concealer, the Conceal and Perfect concealer, which is really nice, and I like the powder as well. It is a nice pressed powder, an affordable option in the drugstore. Ooh, child, I am burning up. I am hot. I should use some now to put on my face. It's a nice pressed powder. It's a nice thin consistency, not too heavy, and maybe because the color is not very dark, it doesn't add any color to my foundation, and it's very lightweight, and it does a good job of mattifying my face. I use it to set my makeup on my creams and my liquid foundations, and it's nice. It does a good job. It wears well throughout the day. I mean, I still get oily and still have to blot, of course, but very, very nice powder. If you're looking for a nice setting powder, some affordable option in the drugstore, I would recommend the Milani. Also from the drugstore is a brow pomade, and it is the Maybelline Tattoo Studio brow pomade, and it looks like this. It's in a little jar, very much like their gel eyeliners, and it also comes with a brush, this little eyebrow brush. It's got a it's dual ended. It's got the slanted tip on the one side, and then it's got a spoolie on the other, and it's actually a nice brush. I actually used it for like the first 2 weeks that I was using the product. I used it with the brush, and it was just fine, both the spoolie and the bristle side of it. And then this is the pomade, and I got it in the shade, I believe this is, yes, number 380 Deep Brown. And that is what it looks like. It's a cool tone, dark brown, and it works well. It's a good color for me. I used it today. I'm a newbie when it comes to brow pomades. I've never used one. I did get an ABH one. It was gifted to me years ago when ABH first came out with her brow pomades, but it was the wrong shade, so I never really used it. And so this is really my first experience with a brow pomade, and so I don't know how, you know, my little review of it is if it's going to matter, but I'm going to go ahead and give it to you. I mean, I like it. It goes on fairly creamy, but it's matte enough to where I feel more confident. I usually wear an eyebrow pencil, and I definitely feel more confident with the pomade that I'm not going to accidentally wipe it off or that I'm going to sweat it off. I do use a mattifying primer on my eyebrows, and I still don't find that I have to drag it or anything. It applies very smoothly, and it's a good shade, and you can build it up, but I do think that, you know, when I try to layer it at times to deepen the color, because for some reason one is always darker than the other, I have at times experienced where it will pick up the color as opposed to lay down the color and layering it. So layering it isn't always the easiest or the best, and it can take more time to try to layer it up and make it darker because of that. But I've been using it every day, and so I've decided I kind of do like a brow pomade. It does take longer for me to use this than with my pencil, But again, I do feel more confident that this is going to stay on all day, and it does. It has stayed on all day, which I do appreciate. Now, but I have to admit, the layering issue of it kind of makes me want to see what else is out there. So if you would let me know in the comments below what it is that you use. Do you use a brow pomade? And if you do, what do you use, or what other brow product you would suggest or recommend? Because I would like to look around and try some other things. Do you think it's worth me trying the ABH brow pomade? Is it all that? Is it something that I should be using? Let me know down below. I think though that this is a nice entry level pomade product, a nice affordable option in the drugstore, and the tool that comes with it I think is actually good as well. So if you're looking for something and you don't want to pay a whole lot of money, I would suggest, you know, go ahead and try this. If you've tried this, let me know what's your experience. What are your thoughts about this product? And we're going to stay in the affordable price zone, and we're going to move on to brushes. And you've seen these before in a haul video, and they were from Target, and they are the Sonia Kashuk Blush brushes. They are both blush brushes. This one is the Point blush, and this one just says blush. So I ordered these online, and as you can see, one is way bigger than the other. They are definitely different size, and the size for me does matter. And I like the smaller one, actually. I use this one to actually use them both today. I used this one today. I prefer this one as a blush brush because it is smaller. The bristles on both of these are very, very soft, and they are attractive. They look more expensive, I think, than they are. And this one I prefer as my blush brush because it's smaller. I can apply my blush more precisely right in the areas where I want it to go, and it's fluffy and dense enough wherein I can blend it out very nicely, quickly, and easily. And so I really, really like this one. This one I like also, but not as a blush brush. It is really too big for me. Too big for me. It does come to a little sort of rounded point here. And I used it today as a powder brush. So I applied my powder. I set my makeup with my setting powder, and I used this brush to do it. And I like it for that. I do like it for that. Again, it is soft, and it's fluffy, and it's dense enough, and it picks up my pressed powder well enough to where I can apply it, blend it out, and it's nice. So yeah, I like it as a powder brush, not as a blush brush. This I like as a blush brush, and they were fairly, you know, they're fairly affordable. So if you're looking for a nice drugstore, more affordable priced option, I would suggest the Sonia Kashuk brushes. I haven't had, actually every Sonia Kashuk brush I have bought thus far. I've bought some eyeshadow brushes from her. I really do like, so yes, I would recommend these. And then last but not least, we're gonna stay in drugstore, but we're going to move into skincare. And I have two skincare items here, and they're both from e.l.f. And we're gonna start with the Illuminating Eye Cream. This is the box, and then this is the actual tub. Very big, very small. But I like this. It says it helps hydrate and minimize the appearance of dark circles. I don't feel as though it's minimized any of my dark circles, but I haven't used it that long, so. And it helps with puffiness. I don't really have under eye puffiness. For glowing, healthy looking skin, it's infused with purified water and vitamin E. And I like the packaging. The packaging is actually feels more luxurious to me than, it's $10 this cost, and I like it. I think the packaging is reminiscent of the more high-end brands, and it has a little top, has a little leaf there that you pull off the top with, very high-end-ish. And then that is the cream inside, and when you touch it, it's kind of spongy when you lightly tap it. Very nice. I like the texture. It's thin very lightweight. It does have a little bit of a smell to it, but it's not unpleasant, and it's very faint. It's so faint that I didn't even notice it until today when I actually was looking for it. So it doesn't bother me at all. And I put it, they say to use it twice a day, and I have been using it twice a day. I did stop though because I have another eye cream from the Belief that I'm almost done with, and I figured let me finish that first and get back to this. But I did use this for about 2 weeks, twice a day, and I do like it. It's like I said, it's lightweight, it's thin. I put it under here and I pat it. They say to go all the way up to your eyebrow bone, so I've done that. I've worn it under makeup and it feels nice. So I do like this. For $10 at the drugstore, I think it's a nice option. Now, the other skincare item I have from e.l.f. is the Hello Hydration Face Cream, and it is with hyaluronic acid and peptide complex, and this is what its package looks like. And then you open it, and then this is the actual tub. And again, I like the packaging. It's heavy, it's plastic, but I love the like baby blue color, and it feels and looks more luxurious than it is. This was $12, and you get 1.8 ounces. And then again, it has the little topper on it that you take off, and there is the cream. And when you lightly touch it, it also feels kind of spongy. But this is heavy, a lot heavier than the eye cream. Now, when I do this, it does feel very light, but in using it, I don't know, maybe I use too much. It feels very heavy, and I do tend to like a heavier cream, but I think this might be just a little too heavy for even me, surprisingly. So that I don't like too much, but I think what really turns me off to this product is the smell. It does have fragrance. Again, fragrance in skincare, I don't get it, but the fragrance, I think, is like the second to last ingredient in this. So there's not a lot in it, but it's so strong, the fragrance that they decided upon. For me, again, it's just a personal thing. It's too strong. I don't like the smell of it. It smells like a strong cologne, and I don't like it. I don't like it to the point where I don't like using this. I don't enjoy putting this on my face. And when I put it on, I rub it in my hands, and I can smell it on my hands, and it's just, ew, I don't like it. So I can't even tell you, my skin does feel moisturized after I use it. It does feel soft. It does feel like it's been moisturized, but I don't like the fragrance in this, and I don't like the heaviness of this to the point where I just don't use it. I stopped using it, and I did come across my receipt and I will be returning it. I'm gonna get my $12 back. It's not a lot of money, but if I'm not gonna use it, I'm gonna get my money. So, if fragrance doesn't bother you, then you might, and you don't mind a heavier type face cream, you might want to check this out for $12. It's not a lot of money, but even for $12, I didn't like it enough to want to keep it even at that price. And that is it, y'all. That is it. Those are my reviews. I would love to know in the comments below, have you tried any of these products? And if so, what has been your experience with them? Do you like them? Would you recommend them? And if you know of a nice moisturizing face cream that I might like besides this e.l.f. thing, let me know that too. Again, if you have any recommendations for an eyebrow pomade or just an eyebrow product, please let me know that as well, because I'm looking to try some other things. If you liked this video, then please give it a like and consider subscribing, because I do these reviews along with makeup hauls, swatches, and tutorials here on my channel every Saturday. I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope to see you again next week. Until then, bye-bye.